Two doulas try to help a woman having a stillborn baby. The traumas just keep piling up.
But this pregnancy story isn't quite what it seems.
We're previewing The Con, Kaitlyn's baby.
That's on this episode of So Much Crime.
So Little Time. Welcome to So Much Crime, So Little Time. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Dee, and in this episode we'll introduce you to The Con, Kaitlyn's baby, from CBC and BBC World Service.
If you haven't listened to this podcast yet, that is great. This is one of our preview episodes.
Here we only discuss episode 1 and introduce the series. No spoilers for what's to come.
You'll also find a link to the podcast in our show notes.
In our next episode, we'll discuss the whole series, but right now we just want to decide if this is a crime that's worth your time.
Dee, before we get into the story, I think we should hop in the time machine.
Yeah, Jeff, let's hop into the time machine. So this crime happened in November 2022 in and around Toronto in Canada. So we have the year, we have the location. Jeff, what do you have for us for the time machine?
All I have for you is music, but I have a lot of music for you. Do you have any idea what was all over the charts in November of 2022?
No.
Where were you in November of 2022?
In America.
Oh, you were in California. Okay. What I want to talk to you about first.
I was working.
I actually thought that might be the case. I wasn't sure. I don't know. It's all a blur.
I had been working in the same place that you work, Jeff, at that time.
Okay. All right. Well, at that time, the number one song in America and the number one song in Ireland was the same. This was the number one song for all of November. It was, in fact, number one for 6 straight weeks, I think in both places, roughly. Before I read you some lyrics, I think you're going to know this song. Let me just give you one clue that it won't help you at all, I don't think. So this song was covered by many people, including actor and musician Jack Black, who sang the song while performing a striptease during the Give Bacular Spectacular show at the Los Angeles Orpheum Theater as part of a fundraising effort for TV and film crews during the SAG-AFTRA strike that was happening. Okay. I presume that didn't help you.
Mm-mm.
Let me give you some lyrics, starting with the first verse. I have this thing where I get older, but just never wiser. Midnights become my afternoons. When my depression works the graveyard shift, all of the people I've ghosted stand there in the room.
Oh, I know this one.
Do you want me to keep going or do you want to think about it?
No, keep going.
I should not be left to my own devices. They come with prices and vices. I end up in crisis.
Is this Pink?
No. Tale as old as time. I wake up screaming from dreaming. One day I'll watch as you're leaving.
Oh, this is Taylor Swift.
It is Taylor Swift. What's the song?
I'll wake up Anti-hero?
Anti-hero, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah, it's that one. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So
What a
now,
song.
that song was number one. Big hit. Taylor Swift had many other songs in the charts that same month. She had 3 other songs in the top 10. She had 4 of the top 10 songs in November. Now, the other 3, I'm going to tell you their names. Lavender Haze, Midnight Rain,
Lavender
and
Haze. Sorry.
and Bejeweled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If I read you the first couple lines of each of those songs, can you tell me which one's which?
Bejeweled. Did you say?
Yes.
I don't think I know that one. Lavender
Well, let's find
Haze.
out.
Okay.
And
Let's
Midnight
do it.
Rain. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the first 2 lines, and I can go further if you want, of those 3 songs.
Mm-hmm.
My town was a wasteland, full of cages, full of fences. That's one. Here's another one. Staring at the ceiling with you, oh, you don't ever say too much. And here's a third one. Baby love, I think I've been a little too kind. Didn't notice you walking all over my peace of mind. Which one is Lavender Haze, Midnight Rain, or Bejeweled?
Say the first one again.
My town was a wasteland, full of cages, full of fences. I can keep going with it.
That's Midnight Rain.
Yes, that's Midnight Rain. Then we had Staring at the Ceiling with You, oh, you don't ever say too much. And
I don't think that's Lavender Haze, is it? Lavender? No, that is Lavender Haze.
That is Lavender Haze. Yep. And then Baby Love, I think I've been a little too kind, is Bejeweled. All right, good job. Okay, my last thing for you. My last thing.
Okay.
because Taylor Swift was all over, and she also had like 4 songs between 10 and 20. Like she was crushing it in November of 2022 on the charts. I went and found the world's hardest Taylor Swift trivia quiz, and I picked the 5 easiest questions, in my opinion, from that quiz.
Okay.
This is from Rolling Stone.
Oh.
Some of these I actually knew, and I don't know anything about Taylor Swift. All right, are you ready? I have 5 multiple choice questions. How do you think you're going to do? What's your prediction?
I don't know, Jeff.
There were like 30 questions on this quiz. I read through every single one of them, and I picked the 5 I thought you were most likely to get. Some of them are real hard.
Okay. I'm going to get 3. I'm going to get 4 out of 5, I think.
4 out of 5. All right, that's bold. All right. Let's see how you do. Again, these are all multiple choice. Where did Taylor Swift grow up? Your choices are.
Oh.
Do you know? It's not a city. It's a type of place.
Oh. I don't know what that means.
A Christmas tree farm. B, a pony ranch. C, a Pinot Noir vineyard. Or D, a cat sanctuary.
I have no idea.
Oh,
Maybe a Christmas tree farm?
Yeah, a Christmas tree farm. She grew up on a Christmas tree farm.
I feel like she has a song about this. But anyway,
I don't know.
she's a song about everything.
Who can say? All right, number 2.
Mhm.
Taylor got discovered singing her own songs in Nashville's Bluebird Cafe. How old was she when she signed to her label, Big Machine? Here are your choices. 14, 15, 16, or 22.
Well, she wasn't 22. Oh, sugar. Because I feel like she independently put out something first.
I have no
14
idea.
was in my head. I'm going to say 14 because that's what came to my head originally.
It's 15.
How
15.
very
All right.
dare I?
You're 1-1. You got to run the table to get your 4. All right. How
She
did
could have
Taylor...
been 22. That was a silly thought. Sorry,
Well,
go on.
How did Taylor meet her longtime friend, Selena Gomez? A double date with Jonas Brothers. B, on the red carpet at the MTV Video Music Awards. C, when Taylor played herself on Wizards of Waverly Place. Or D, singing Crazier together on the set of Hannah Montana, the movie.
Like, honestly, all of these could be correct. I have no freaking idea. I'm going to say not D, not the red carpet. What were the other 2 options?
A double date with the Jonas Brothers, or when Taylor played herself on Wizards of Waverly Place.
Double date with the Jonas Brothers.
That is correct.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. You're 2-1. Last 2. Taylor is distantly related to what great American poet? 6 cousins, 3 times removed.
Is that even a thing? This is
Not
all of
really,
Ireland.
All right. A, Walt Whitman. B, Emily Dickinson. C, Mina Loy. Or D, Wallace Stevens.
Walt Whitman.
Which one do you think would be the best answer?
I don't know the last 2.
Okay. So the first 2 are Walt Whitman and Emily Dickinson.
Emily
Which do you
Dickinson.
think? That's the correct answer. Kind of gave you that one. But okay, we'll count it. That's all right. You've got 3 and 1. Last one.
Okay.
Dear John is one of her deadliest breakup songs, apparently.
Mhm.
I don't know this song. Okay, wait, sorry, I read this wrong. Dear John, one of her deadliest breakup songs, dropped the Tay revenge bomb on John Mayer. I can't believe I just said that sentence out loud, but I'm just reading it as written. He responded on his next album by singing about her. What was Mr. Mayer's somewhat lame comeback? So these are quotes from the song. Which one of these is really in his John Mayer's comeback song? A, I picture your face. All I see is a blank space. B, you're like 22 girls in one, and none of them know what they're running from. C, you checkmated me in your game of chess, left me crying on your little black dress. Or D, your songs are slamming screen doors, but my indie record's much cooler than yours.
Was it the last one? Because then I think she shot that back in another song to him.
I have no way of knowing.
Between the first and the last one.
I picture your face, all I see is a blank space. Or your songs are slamming screen doors, but my indie record's much cooler than yours.
Yeah, I think it's the last one. Because I think, no, it's not. It's the first one.
No, it's neither one.
What one is it?
You're like 22 girls in one, and none of them know what they're running from.
It's a fucking stupid line.
I actually think it's the best of the four. What do I know? It's John Mayer.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. Also, it feels a bit like, do you remember No Scrubs?
Yes.
Do you remember the comeback to that? Or the, like, thing
No.
back to that? Which was like, no,
Who did the comeback to No Scrubs?
I can't remember. Nobody knows because it was so stupid.
Okay. Anyway, you got 3 out of 5. That's pretty good for the hardest Taylor Swift questions, according to Rolling Stone.
Okay.
All right. That's what I got for you.
We're good. Okay. Love it. Love it. Jeff, that was good. And now the next part of the time machine is semi-time machine related. It's kind of more like con machine related. So
Okay.
I've got some cons for you that I wanted to see. Like, what's your level? What do you reckon your level of like knowledge is about like cons through the
Like
years?
Real world famous cons?
Yeah.
I'm going to say pretty good.
All right. Some of them are like pretty easy. Like I would have got them. But we'll see. Okay. I'm going to give you some topics and you can tell me because we're not going to get through them all because I have like 7.
Okay.
Okay. One is I can sell you anything. One is the royal imposter. The longest con. The bizarre art con. That one was shite, so we're just going to skip that. The fake German heiress. Drop of blood. Oh, well, you know that one. We'll skip that. The Queen of Diamonds. Where do you want to start?
These all sound pretty interesting. Let's do, what's the heiress one?
Okay. The fake German heiress. What was the real name of Anna Delvey, the woman who pretended to be a wealthy German heiress and scammed hotels, banks, and members of New York's high society?
What was her real name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have no idea.
Is it Anna Sorokin, Anastasia Romanoff, Anna Anderson, or Elizabeth Holmes?
It'd be real weird if it was Elizabeth Holmes.
It would be real weird if it was Elizabeth Holmes.
What was the Anastasia one?
Anastasia Romanoff.
No, I don't think it's that. What were the other ones?
Anna Anderson and Anna Sorokin.
Sorokin.
You got it right. You always seem to guess the multiple choice ones correct. It's really annoying. So
I'm
she
good
was
at
born in
multiple
Russia and she created the fake persona to infiltrate New York's elite art and social scenes. So you've heard of
Alright.
Anna Delvey, haven't you?
I feel like I did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Let's go with the bizarre art con. What famous painting did Frank Baganal Jr. claim to have successfully conned people into buying as a fake multiple times, creating new copies each time he sold it? A. The Mona Lisa. B. The Scream. C. Adoration of the Magi. Or D. Starry Night.
Mona Lisa.
Do you know that for a fact or is that a guess?
That's a guess.
It is, in fact, true.
Wow, look at that. I'm good at guessing.
Yeah. Apparently he claimed after the Mona Lisa was stolen in 1911. Didn't know it had been stolen. Did you know it was
I
stolen?
didn't know that. No, I didn't know that.
He created and sold multiple forgeries of the painting to various buyers, each believing they had the original.
It's a good move, actually.
Alrighty, let's try this one. Which of the following historical figures was a famous imposter who claimed to be a lost royal prince leading a conspiracy to seize the throne? Perkin Warbeck, Anastasia Romanoff, Grand Duchess Olga Alexandrovna, or Anna Anderson?
Some of these are the same names.
I know. I've noticed that as I'm reading them out.
I want to rule out the ones that are repeated names.
Mm-hmm.
What was the third one?
Grand Duchess Olga Alexandrovna.
Let's go with that. I don't know.
No, Perkin Warbeck.
Perkin
So
Warbeck?
Perkin Warbeck was a key figure in the late 15th century conspiracy against King Henry VII. He claimed to be Richard, Duke of York, one of the 2 princes of the Tower, who were believed to have been murdered.
Oh,
Interesting.
well, if I had that context, I would have gotten it.
Okay, I'm going to do one more, and that's it, and you're going to get this one.
Okay.
It's called I Can Sell You Anything. What famous landmark was a con man able to sell to a scrap metal dealer not once but twice? The Eiffel Tower, Statue of Liberty, the Colosseum, or the Great Wall of China?
I think it's either the Eiffel Tower or the Statue of Liberty. I'm going to say the Eiffel Tower.
Ding, ding, ding. In 1925, a con artist named Victor Lustig read a newspaper article about the Eiffel Tower's expensive upkeep and decided to sell it for scrap metal. He fooled one scrap dealer into paying a huge bribe to secure the contract. When the dealer was too embarrassed to report the crime, Lustig tried the same con again a month later, though the second attempt was unsuccessful.
Amazing.
That's
fantastic.
That's it.
I did pretty well.
You did pretty good. A
I'll
good
take
con
that.
man you'd be. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Sure. I think that's the takeaway.
Yes.
All right. That is our time machine for today. Thank you for that. Hey, Dee.
Mm-hmm.
If you're walking down the street and you see a $5 bill on the ground, would you pick it up?
I mean, who's around?
Lots of people.
Like-
There's lots of pedestrians around.
Is there anyone that could have like walked past and have dropped it?
No.
I'd probably pick it up.
Did you know if you picked up that $5 bill that you just found on the street and didn't have to do anything for it other than stop and pick it up, for our lowest membership rate on patreon.com/so-much-crime-so-little-time, that would get you 5 months of access to all kinds of fun stuff. You'd get all kinds of alerts about story updates. You'd hear about bonus content that we put out. You get to see when we put out an episode early. You'd even see some of the fun stuff like the new swag, like the hats and shirts and things that we have. Do you think that'd be worth it for that $5 you just found on the street?
I mean, I do, although I'd probably give it to charity or like someone in need. But I would also...
You know, who's more in need than this podcast that you're listening to right now?
Independent, teeny tiny podcast who is
keep saying-
working to bring you a filtered view of the best true crime there is out there.
Again, that $5, 5 whole months of access to our Patreon. So go to patreon.com/so-much-crime-so-little-time with the money you find on the street, money you find in the couch, money that's just sitting around doing nothing. Why not put it in Patreon for So Much Crime, So Little Time? All right, Dee, let's talk about Kaitlyn's baby. So,
I don't want to.
Well, we have to. So, this podcast came out in the year of our Lord 2025. Our host is Sarah Treleaven. There are 6 episodes. They vary in length, but they average to about 30 minutes each, so it's pretty short. But Dee, tell us about the story we heard about in episode 1.
All right, what was the story? We hear from Amy and Katie, mainly, who are 2 veteran doulas. They're helping Kaitlyn by phone, as she prepares to deliver a stillborn baby that she conceived as a result of a rape. For 10 days, Amy and Katie support Kaitlyn through an escalating series of traumas. Postpartum bleeding, a hysterectomy, cancer diagnosis, a predatory doctor. It goes on and on. But then they start to realize Kaitlyn's story just isn't adding up. All right, Jeff, can we go back to the time machine?
Yeah, so this story's a lot, isn't it?
It's more than a con, Jeff.
What is the con? Like, I know we're gonna find out what the con is, but like, why? Why would you con? Like, what is she gaining from this?
Yeah, I think surely we're going to figure that out at some point, but it feels like she's likely suffering from loneliness, from a lot of other things. She's, I don't know, there's some element of like a need for an emotional support, even if it's fake. And then also some weird, there seems to be a thread of like some element of like I'm trying to think of how to say this properly, like some element of a need or a desire through like setting up this this like relationship that Kaitlyn seems to be setting up with Katie and Amy, like pulling them into this emotional friendship, but then also seeming to need some element of like sexual contact as well, like that whole thing with when she was in labor, and like I don't know, there was that, and then there was like when we heard a bit about the next episode that we're going to hear, and how there was a couple of comments made about presumably a different doula that she had worked with before. So there's obviously some weird thrill she's getting out of this, and I don't know if in her mind this is a story that ends up in a certain way in her mind, and she's trying to play this story out in real life.
Yeah, I don't know. Like we've done a lot of con stories on this show, and I don't feel like we've ever done one quite like this. We've done con stories where the people getting conned, I think we've maybe passed some judgments on. The two doulas that we hear from, Amy and Katie, it's primarily Amy, but we do hear from Katie as well. They seem so sincere and genuine, and for all that we hear, reasonably like smart and capable. And like I feel like in the past we've done con stories like, well, this person, not that they had it coming, but because no one really has it coming, but I don't know, these ones just seem like they're just out there trying to do good and help people. And
but that's surely the point of Kaitlyn targeting a doula, because their entire job is to support women through this extremely hard time. So like getting them in around the like pre-labor stage, like building that rapport, building that like I'm so vulnerable, and then just continuously extending it. Like they can't just, at what point can they just like call bullshit and leave?
I think that's the thing that hit me when I listened to this the second time. I wrote down kind of what we hear as listeners of this first episode. And so we're 16 minutes into this first episode when the stillborn baby is born, or we hear about that happening. So that's 16 minutes into what this first episode is, the longest episode of the series. I think it's like 39 minutes, including the ads. 16 minutes in, the baby is born. And in some cases with a doula, like your job is kind of over then, right? Like you've seen the mother through the birth.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a labor doula. And I think I mentioned this in the teaser, like I've never been a doula, but my wife was a doula for a long time. She was a labor doula and then she was a postpartum doula. So I vicariously know, I feel like something about this. I'm going to speak as though I do. Okay, 16 minutes. That's when that happens. 18 minutes, she finds out she needs a hysterectomy. Then she gets transferred to another hospital by an ambulance. At 26 minutes, she gets transferred by helicopter to a third hospital. At 28 minutes, she says she's going into sepsis. She needs dialysis. At 30 minutes, she's diagnosed with stage 4A pelvic cancer and is told that she needs palliative care. And they start discussing about when it's okay to just give up and die. That's 30 minutes into this episode. 30 minutes into episode 1, they go from helping her through this birth to palliative care. And then at 33 minutes.
3 weeks?
No, 10 days. It's 10 days start to finish. At 33 minutes, she's in an ambulance and she gets assaulted by a doctor. And I guess like
that was a wild addition.
It was a wild addition.
Like I know a lot of this was insane, but like that one was like,
yeah. And this is part of one of my questions for you. All right, put yourself in the shoes of Amy or Katie. You're on the phone. You're a doula. This woman came to you under the pretense that she didn't have any family because they weren't supporting her because she was seeing this baby through to term that was the result of rape. And so she had been sort of rejected by her family and she just needed someone to be sort of there to support her. You're Amy, you're sick, right? She has some type of virus. And so that's why she's on the phone. It's also COVID era. And you're trying to help this woman who, for all you know, and you're also like the second doula, right? The first doula is Katie. Katie has another job. And so when Katie can't be there, Amy comes in and Amy's on the phone. You go through the baby, the hysterectomy, all the bleeding, the cancer, the assault. When you were listening to this, like when was the point? And obviously, you know, the title of this podcast is The Con. So you know where this is going. But like, when do you think if you were really Amy, you would...
You can't say
Well,
it.
but I asked that because I feel like this was as dramatic as the escalation and series of events was. It was sort of a believable sequence. Like it was as preposterous as it seems.
I honestly thought the most unbelievable thing was how she was incapable of ordering a frickin' Uber. Honestly.
Right. Yes. She keeps saying the car is like 12 minutes away, and then she realizes she never hit confirm, or that's what she says.
Yeah, and it's like, well, what did she have an appointment? Is that what was that about? And then this whole like, I'm only 4 centimeters, so they're sending me home, and I'm not back till tomorrow because I can't be admitted until I'm 5. And it's like, you're 4 centimeters, and they think you'll only go 1 more centimeter by tomorrow.
So that was actually the moment that
doesn't
tripped
make
me up.
any sense.
Because what they said was, come back tomorrow at 2 p.m. and we'll put you on Pitocin. In my experience, again, vicariously with Pitocin, because my wife went through that the first time, actually both times. But the first time they said, come back at 9 a.m. We'll put you on Pitocin, see if we can advance this labor, and we're going to send you home at 5 p.m. because we're going to have you here for a normal day shift at the hospital. Why would you have someone come in at 2 p.m. with the idea that they're going to actually go into more active labor for the evening shift? That part didn't make sense to me. Yeah.
It just makes no sense as to like, if you're 4 centimeters and they're going to send you home and they think you're going to have like move 1 centimeter 20 like in like what 12 hours,
which that happens. Sometimes it goes very slowly, and hospitals also sometimes have weird rules and they send people home. I've experienced that.
Not for like 12 days for 1 centimeter though.
No, it was overnight. They had her come back the next day.
Yeah, that was the part that didn't make sense to me, honestly.
Of all these
was
parts.
like, yeah, because then after that, you know, apparently they can hear people in the background and they can, you know, they're shuffling and like she's saying the names and stuff and blah blah blah. I do feel like at some point she was like, oh, you know, I'm losing whatever, and she's still talking to her on the phone. I don't know what at any point was Amy or Katie,
yeah.
Were they like, can I speak to a doctor? Like, I don't want to lose you. I don't want you to slip like out of consciousness. Like, I want to make sure that like a nurse or someone there has like spoken to me and they understand like who I am and like what I'm trying to do here and like what the situation is.
It's a really good point. Yeah. At what point does the doula ask to put someone else on the phone? Maybe never, because the doula's primary focus is on the woman in this situation, but
maybe. And I also think this is a lot of hindsight stuff.
Sure.
The other thing is like, look, with every con, with every abuser, they pick their people.
Yeah.
You know, they pick the people. Was it Katie who was saying that she had been a victim of abuse?
I think it was Amy. I'm not sure.
So when she had been on the phone and the predatory doctor seemingly had come up to her in the ambulance, because I was like, in the ambulance? I'm like, well, who's driving the ambulance?
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Like, he's looking at me, he's coming. I know. I was very confused.
I will say, and again, this is my vicarious experience with the world of doulas. It's an all-in job where you do kind of go, you sacrifice your own rest, your own well-being, your own like self-care. And to hear kind of Amy and Katie go through this for 10 days, losing like sleep, not eating, not taking care of themselves, and being sort of emotionally dragged along this intense journey of like full of trauma, like that definitely brought me back to like when my wife was a doula and she would just disappear for a couple of days because she was all in on that woman, on that couple. But 10 days is a long time. Like, she was never gone that long. She'd be gone for maybe 2 days, and she'd be awake for like 2 days, like not sleeping, not eating. But 10 days is like another level of cruelty, I think. And just, that's not doable. Like, you can't, I don't think the human body can take that.
No.
I think that's what kind of hit me most, but like I just felt so awful for Amy and Katie in this. Like I don't know. And like how obviously this wouldn't have been possible if they'd been there in person, right? Like this only was possible because it was happening over the phone.
Yeah. But they were never able to go in person. Although there was that whole like, we'll come into the hospice and we'll like decorate your room and your favorite things.
For Christmas. Yeah.
And this like pretending to die thing, I don't know what that was about.
Well, I thought it was interesting towards the end of this episode where it wasn't them who sort of figured it out. I think it was Amy's girlfriend. And like it was other people who sort of were their networks who were like, hey, something's wrong here. You don't really have the perspective on this. You're too close to this to see it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to reverse image search.
It was only when they said it that they were like, oh, actually, there was a dog. There was a dog
barking in the ICU. I don't know. This is a wild one. I have no idea where this is going. How do you feel about our host and the structure of this?
Who's our host?
Sarah.
God, I don't remember.
She was there. She was present. It was mostly Amy talking, but Sarah definitely talked.
I liked the setup of this. I liked that it was like two of the main people like who were there, like giving, you know, their accounts of what happened, and that was the setup. That's a very usual thing for an episode 1. I feel like we hear that quite a bit.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out. It's hard to know. It's an interesting story. Very fucked up. It's very triggering. It's very triggering for a lot of people. I'm sure it's, as you said, like bizarre because like what is she getting out of it?
Right. Yeah. There's no seemingly financial gain.
Yeah. Like also, I have a question. Are these doulas getting paid?
Usually. I mean, not always. I think sometimes you do like pro bono work, but usually, yeah, you're getting paid for your time.
Like she's hardly playing them.
I can't imagine. And this is the type of case that I think they would take as a free case, based on like my knowledge of this world. Is like you take some cases, whether it was because they couldn't afford it or because there was some type of traumatic situation like this. Those would be ones you do for free, and then there's other types of clients you do for pay. I'm guessing she's not paying them. How do you feel about continuing to listen to this? Is this gonna be rough?
I mean, it's really disturbing that someone would be like, it's disturbing that someone would do it, but it's also disturbing that someone is so disturbed that they would do this, do you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's kind of very layered, and then also like just so horrendous to the doulas, like who, it was very clear that Katie and Amy like were out there trying to do good, and like they really are just coming at it from such a like genuine caring point of view, and like for someone to be taking advantage of that, it's just really shitty.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine what the kind of if there's any like redeeming qualities to the story. Like I don't think there'll be any aspects of it that I'm going to find.
What I want to get out of this is that this community kind of comes together and finds some sort of support for each other, and that hopefully Kaitlyn, I don't know, if she needs help, she gets the help she needs. This stops happening. Okay. I hope she gets the help that she needs. But also, I'm primarily focused on the kind of well-being of these doulas and the doula community, because that line near the end of this episode of like, clearly this isn't her first time, there must have been others, was seemingly very true, but also is like, how many times has she done this? How widespread it is, how many people were affected by this, and what happened to all those other doulas. That's what I want to find out.
People are assholes.
There's our summary.
Don't forget to leave us a comment and let us know what you think. If there's any questions or any perspective you feel like we missed out on, or if you agree with us, let us know. If you agree with me, definitely let us know. Or if you disagree with Jeff, let us know, because we love to hear that. And while you're at it, rate us on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcast. 5 stars really helps us get out there in front of other people. Spread the word about our little independent podcast. Thank you so very much.
Next time, what is this scam of Kaitlyn's?
And why is she doing it?
We're recapping all of The Con, Kaitlyn's baby.
That's on the next So Much Crime.
So Little Time.
So Much Crime, So Little Time is a production of MimeGov Media. The executive producer is Paxton Calariso. Our associate producer is Blythe Ty. Theme music was composed by Vyacheslav Starostin. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to this show in your podcast app. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating and a review. Even better, tell your friends. To join the discussion, look for us on social media. Check out the show notes for all the links. Thanks for listening.